What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today we are here with another rebuild, and today we're going to be rebuilding the Texas Rangers with a twist, of course. This video, our team can only consist of fake players. So as you can see, all of these players are obviously real, which means I can't use any of them. Not a single one of these players are allowed to be used on the World Series winning roster. They all have to be generated players. So for the first season, not too much matters, honestly. Um, the only thing that matters is that we get good draft picks so that we can get, good fake players. So that being said, I am going to keep a lot of these guys here just for the year. I might trade a couple. Like, I might trade Danny Columbo because C potential, but he's an 85, so I might just get rid of him. But yeah, I'm going to keep pretty much everyone and then trade them in the offseason for these fake players that I don't find. So yeah, that being said, this is at least a 4 or 5 year rebuild if I had to guess, maybe longer. So that being said, we are going to go ahead, sim through the first season. I'll see you guys at the draft picks. All right, this is the first deal we're going to make. Danny Kalum, Chris Martin, and Merrill Kelly for Christian Campbell and Marcelo Meyer. Two prospects that I'm going to end up trading away anyway, so yeah. All right, we're going to trade Carl Edwards Jr., Phil Maton, and Cody Bradford over to the Red Sox for Roman Anthony. I'm just trying to tank now. Get some good players that I'm going to put in AAA for the rest of the year, and then trade them next year for fake players. All right, we're going to send Tyler Mahle, Nathan Eovaldi, and Corey Seager over to the Brewers for Andrew Fisher, Jesus Made, and Cole Young. Just like I said, get some prospects, get rid of these big contracts and real players, and then we'll trade them for actual players, actual fake players. So yeah. All right, we're gonna trade Jake Berger, Marcus Semien, and Josh Jung to the Pirates for Bubba Chandler and Seth Hernandez. Just two starting pitchers that are gonna chill out in the minor leagues. All right, we are going to trade Adolis Garcia and Jacob deGrom for Kyle Teal. That's the last move we're going to make for now. All right, so we did have a very good draft. This guy's going to be beast sooner rather than later. This is the only, meh. I mean, we have, two meh kind of guys, but either way, this guy's still a middle rotation guy. This guy's still a high-end one. Two potential elite closers, good relief pitcher, and another middle bullpen guy. So, yeah, I think this was a pretty successful draft, if I do say so myself. So unfortunately, I think I started my tank too late. 73 and 89 is bad, but it's not as bad as I want it to be. Yeah, I think we should have started our tank earlier, and we would have been in a better spot. But I couldn't get rid of too many of these guys because I can't get rid of Wyatt Langford. He's got great trade value. A lot of these guys still have good trade value. So yeah. That being said, though, damn, Roman Anthony didn't do too bad. That being said, though, who wins the World Series this year? It is going to be the Rays. All right. Shout out Max Scherzer, who's in the Hall of Fame. Thank you. We're going to send Jock Peterson, Josh Smith, and Jack Leiter over to the Cubs for, where is he? Dustin Spicer, 93 potential, 69 overall. We need that on our team. We are going to send Bubba Chandler, Ben Anderson, and Daniel Cueva over to the Brewers again. Apparently they had a great draft for Frank Cantrell. So yeah, we're going to make this deal. We are going to send Sean Armstrong and Emiliano Tieto over to the Angels for Cesar Mesa. Yeah. We're going to send Ty Black, Caleb Bushley, and Evan Carter to the Athletics for Mike Jones. 90-something potential. We need that. We are going to send Jesus Made to the Rays for Richard Lyon and Dennis Harper. We are going to send Kyle Teal and Cole Winn over to the Twins for Darren Green. And Seth Clark and Seth Hernandez over to the Orioles for Travis Young. We are going to send Justin Foscue, Ezekiel Duran, and Andrew Fisher over to the Pirates for Steven Gomez. We're going to send Chandler Pollard, Sebastian Walcott, and Caber Rodriguez over to the Rockies for Cosmos Sanchez. We're going to send Cole Young, Alejandro Osuna, and Robert Garcia over to the Reds for second baseman Luis Lucas. We're going to send Gerard Carrillo and Christian Campbell to the Royals for Mariano Blanco and Alonso Zapata. All right, so we do sign one player that so far that's going to be traded. It is Kyle Tucker. We are going to be trading him for some prospects when I find some at the All-Star break because I can't trade him yet. All right, we're at the draft lottery. We have the 10th best odds. I've seen the Rangers jump up like plus 12 before. Like, please tell me I have that luck now that I'm them. That would be sick. We stay at number 10. That's fine. All right. All right, we do sign another free agent that will obviously be traded. It is Josh Naylor. He's going to get traded at the deadline, so yeah. All right, we do add Alec Thomas. You're now going to see a bunch of like small signings that my editor's not going to show. They're just going to fill out the roster until we get to the trade deadline. Then I'm going to probably trade them all, so yeah. All right, so we also picked up a lot of other just random players to fill out this squad, but our main focus is on these guys down in the minor leagues, these, not real players who are going to develop and turn into beasts for us, hopefully. So we did make a lot of trades for a lot of good players, like Nicky Rosa, drafted him, Dusty, Frank. I mean, this team has so much potential, because I only traded for the fake players with 90 and above potential. So if you see, like, this closing pitcher, obviously, I drafted him. Same with this guy. But that being said, I'm going to fix out the squad, and then we are going to sim through the season. And I'll see you guys probably at the trade deadline again. All right, we are going to send Kyle Tucker to the White Sox for Ricky Lott and where is he? Enrique Chasson. Yeah. So we're going to make this deal mainly because our team is doing too well, and I want to start sucking more paws. So, yeah, we're going to make this deal and hope that we start losing more games. All right, we're going to send Mike Soroka, Josh Naylor, and Marcelo Meyer over the Giants for Francisco Serna Ruiz, Darryl Rogers, and Seamus Francis. Might be a little bit of an overpay, but we're dumping a lot of money, getting rid of players who are helping us too much in exchange for some players who are going to help us in the future. So we're going to make this deal and hope that, one, these guys develop, and two, that we start losing more games. So, yeah. And just for reference, I am keeping these two guys because, hypothetically speaking, if there's like a big generational talent, I'm going to have to trade at least one, if not both of these guys for them. So that's the reason why both of them are still here. All right, we only had 5 draft picks because I think we signed Kyle Tucker. I think that's the reason why. We do have 3 decent picks. Wow, this guy is a beast. He's going to be good really quickly. 74 overall. Yeah. This guy, he's going to start going down very quick, so I'm probably going to trade him. This guy's going to be mid at best, unfortunately. But that being said, I mean, considering we only had 5 picks, I think that was a pretty good draft. So, yeah. We didn't have a second-round pick, so definitely hurts. We missed out on this He actually didn't miss out on him. He went first overall, but this is why I was saving Langford and Roman Anthony, because we're going to have to go get him. All right, we finished 76 and 86. Even when I try to lose, we can't, which is like really kind of annoying because, yeah. But a lot of great growth from our guys. I mean, these guys are already up to mid-70s. So I'm not going to lie. I think in a couple of years we're going to start actually calling these guys up. I just want to make sure they all have enough time to develop, especially the hitters, because a lot of the time the hitters take a while to develop. Like, I mean, Steven Gomez is a beast. This guy's a ton. I mean, I might be wrong, but like normally they take a little while because the high potential guys aren't high overalls normally. So that being said, who wins the World Series? It is going to be the Red Sox beating the Padres. I'm guessing we lose Kershaw. We lose Kenley and Kershaw. He finishes with over 500 saves, so good for him. Clayton Kershaw. He actually didn't do that bad in his last year, to be completely fair. So, yeah. And both of them to the Hall. I'm glad we helped get them across the line. We are going to send Dane Dunning, Roman Anthony, and John Gray over to the Marlins for Carlos Guardado. Generational talent. Obviously, I need him on this team. So, yeah. We're going to send Patrick Corbin, Javier Assad, and Jonah Heim over to the Diamondbacks for Andy Haney. He's got 99 potential. I know he's 22, but screw it. Why not just take a chance? All right, we're going to send Alejandro Rosario, Luis Rengifo, and Alec Thomas over to the Giants for Virgil Crump. We're going to send Jose Corniel, Luke Weaver, and Kyle Finnegan over to the Brewers for Stan Ruiz. We're going to trade Jacob Webb for Lewis Floyd straight up. 23, he's got 97 potential though, so we're going to take a shot and see if he develops by the time he's 28. We are going to send Rowdy Tellez, Kyle Higashioka, and Wyatt Langford to the Nationals for Rolando Esposito, Luis Cedeno, and Pete Piedra. Hopefully this plays out well for us. Alright, we do sign Matthew Boyd. I'm going to probably make a bunch of mid-signings like last year. You won't see any until the end, but yeah. Alright, draft lottery time. 11th best odds as usual. Next year I'm really going to try to push to be worse. Like I said, I keep trying to get terrible players and they end up being good. Don't know how, but yeah, we stay at number 11. Rays jump up 4, Rockies go down 4, so yeah. We're going to send Michael Plasmeyer, Kyle Wright, and Ben Lively over to the Cubs for Brian Workman. We are going to send Peyton Gray, Arthur Miller. Wow, I just realized. No, it's Arthur Morgan. Never mind. And Gavin Feen over to the Rockies for Daryl Gron. I'm not even going to try it. I'm not getting clipped. I'm not doing it. But we are going to trade for him. He's going to probably be our third baseman for the future, unless Darren Green has something else to say about it. So, yeah. We're going to trade Sam Haggerty, Michael Hellman, and Cameron Cawley for Leo Huff. We're going to trade Dylan Carlson, where is he? Brady Singer, and Nestor Cortez to the Pirates for Albert Bay. Our biggest, questionable position right now is first base, so getting a 76 to be there next year is a definite need. So yeah, we're gonna make this deal. All right, so we took a big swing and a miss with our first rounder, but our second rounder is a stud. I took a shot because why not? But these three guys are decent. He's gonna come up soon. He's decent. I mean, he's a beast, I should say. He's gonna be okay. But yeah, I'm going to go look and see if there's any generational talents. Alright, we finished 50 and 112. That is more of what I like to see. Yeah, there's really nothing to look at. Our MLB team sucked. That was the point. You know, considering our best player was 77 overall, Nolan Jones, which is good because we're going to trade him. Why did they call him up? Why would you? I hate when they do this shit. They call them up at the end of the year for no reason, and then it says they have service time. Chris Sale. Yeah, I'm hoping he kind of doesn't retire for the next couple of years, because I think it would be cool if we could get him to 3,000 strikeouts, but I don't think he's going to survive that long, so yeah, we might be in trouble for that. But yeah, it is what it is. Tristan McKenzie, how do you do in your first year back? Terrible, but that's fine. He went up. So yeah, we're going to be trading a lot of these guys, so yeah. Padres win the World Series. All right. Chris Sale has retired. Matthew Boyd retired, too. I don't know who you are. Chris Sale not in the Hall. That hurts. All right, this trade hurts a little bit, but we're going to send Yasniel Garcia, Leo Huff, and Seamus Francis over to the Cardinals for Michael Phelps. Basically, we're just trading a couple of prospects to get a much higher potential guy. I think this year is going to be the last year that we keep a lot of these guys in AAA. Like the starting rotation is going to be their last year in AAA. A lot of these closers. Problem is we need to go find ourselves a catcher that can compete. First base, we're fine. Second base, we're pretty good. Third base, we should be fine next year. Shortstop, we need to find someone. Left field, we need to find someone. Center field, we should be good. Right field, we kind of need to find someone. So, that being said, we're going to make this deal. Alright, we're going to send Ian Mahler, John Hatcher, and Francisco Serna Ruiz over to the Marlins for Will Matthews. I know I said we needed a catcher. I might move one of our players to catcher. Like, he might go to catcher and I might just boost his blocking. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see what we can do. We're going to trade Nolan Jones, Malcolm Moore, and Carmen Escobar over to the Twins for Tom Choi and hope he can develop enough to be our catcher next year. Alright, we're going to trade Felipe Salas, Tristan McKenzie, and Anthony Descalfani for Carlos Irizarry and Luis Mota. Yeah, he played in the MLB the last years, but we're gonna bring him down to AAA. So yeah, hopefully this will be our center fielder that we need. All right, draft lottery time. We have the #1 odds. Just keep us in the top 3, and I'll be happy. Please, that's all I'm asking for. Top 3. And we fall down to number 3. I should have been more specific. All right. I don't know if this is the correct deal, but we're gonna send Mike Jones, C.J. Abrams, and Sandy Miley over to the Tigers for Joseph Baker. 97 potential, I think it said. He's got great contact. He's going to be a great piece to add to this team. I might slide him to short and see if Luis Lucas can have a little bit more time to develop. Because they're having very similar numbers. But the problem is Luis is in AAA and he's in the MLB. So I think for now this might be our best option. So we're going to make this deal and hope for the best. Okay, so we did have a pretty solid draft. 96 potential on this guy. Wow. Yeah, overall very solid draft. This guy's going to be MLB ready quick. Same with this guy and these two guys. He might need a little time, and unfortunately he's on the older side, but that's okay. Like I said, so this is going to give us a lot of good options here, plus going to give us a little bit of trade value. So we might look to move some of these guys. We're probably going to keep a bunch of them, though. So, yeah, that being said, might not even matter. We might just win the World Series this year, but I don't think it's going to be this year. I think it's going to be next year. So, that being said, let's finish off this season and hopefully get our first taste of the playoffs. We finished 84 and 78, and I think this last series really screwed us over. Yeah, because that really separated us from these two teams. So we're right on the brink, but we can't get it done. Who won Rookie of the Year? Carlos Guardado. Jordan Kyle Tucker. Oh, man. I don't even remember who I traded him for. Wish I could have kept him, because he's an absolute beast. Mackenzie Gore. All right. Rookie of the Year. Who the hell are you? Not bad. But Guardado hit 280 with 26 home runs. Will Matthews hit 240 with 30 home runs. Alright, that's something. It is something. Let's take a look at all of our players' stats, see how they all did. Obviously, Carlos was our guy. He was our best player. James Cho, 260. Alright. We got a lot of home runs. You know what I mean? 4 guys over 20 home runs. This guy's first professional season. Comes out, hits 280 with 24 home runs. Not bad. Goes up a ton, too. Steven Gomez in his first MLB season, not very good. Contact gets better, which is what we needed. Defense gets better. He's going to be mainly a defensive guy from what I'm feeling and seeing, unless we can find someone who can hit. But he's never going to be that hitter. Wow, so Luis Gibson was actually our highest WAR. Luis Mata, how'd you do? He hit 269 in the few games that we had him for. 11 home runs, not bad. Ken Argue, traded for him mid-season. He hit 230. Honestly, from him, I think we just need him to be a good defensive catcher. If he can hit a little bit, that'd be nice. Joseph Baker goes down to 256 in the second half. So I think really what it was, we traded for guys who just didn't settle in quick enough. Daryl, how'd you do? 270 with 19 home runs isn't bad. A lot of strikeouts, but not bad. Luis Lucas hit 522 in his 23 at-bats, so might look to start him soon. Virgil, 320 in his 25 at-bats, not bad. Tom Choi, 400. James Cho. We saw him. Travis Young didn't get a single hit into that bat. Still looking for his first. All right, though. Definitely a great year. Improvement wise, players got their feet wet in the MLB, and that's all that matters. So, I think next year with the pitching just getting a little bit better, we should be a playoff team. Dusty Spicer goes up. Luis Cedeno goes up. Cosmo Sanchez goes up. Stan Ruiz goes up a ton. Jesus. Greg Mooser. Okay. Workman goes up. As long as all of these guys are continuing to get better, we will be in a great spot. Rolando got a ton better. Michael Phelps, how'd you do? Not very good. He got shelled. But yeah, why are you here? Why are you here? He didn't pitch, but they just called him up at the end of the season. Yeah, that being said, our team got so much better that I think next year might be the year we make that playoff push. We're a couple games out. We had a winning record for the first time in years. I think that next year is the season. Yankees beat the Giants. All right. We're going to trade Luz Sanchez, Muhammad James, and Isaac Tiger to the Rays for, where is he? Raul Baez. All right, we are at the, wow, that's a crazy trade. Vlad for that, wow. All right, but we are at the Home Run Derby. It's at our stadium. We don't have anyone here, though. We are right under 500, 48 and 49, which is, it's okay, I guess. Anyone doing well? Not a single starting pitcher here. Oh, there we go. Luis Cedeno. He's okay. That's scary. Bill Machado is here. Stan Ruiz is also here. 24 and 7 isn't bad. He already has more blown saves than last year. Our catcher is Tom Choi hitting 294. Great. I did decide to use him over, where is he? Can't argue. They're still giving him game time, which worries me a little bit because Tom Choi is a better hitter, and he's just as decent defensively, so scares me a little bit. Will Matthews hitting 290, 18 home runs, doing what we need him to do. James Cho, I think he's our DH. He's doing very well, hitting 276, so not bad. Second base, Carlos hitting 284. Generational player. He's going to do generational things. 19 tanks so far, too, which is good. Third base, Daryl hitting 289 with 11 home runs. Shortstop, we got... it's the guy I traded for last year. Joseph Baker's only hitting 230. That's a little bit of a weak spot on this team, is that Luis Lucas is not doing much better either. I mean, he's getting better overall wise, but not great. Left field, we have Virgil Crump hitting 276 in his first full season. I did pick him over the 83 because the 83 can't hit very well. He's down to an 80. It's an 82 now. Oh, he was an 81. Okay, he's an 82. He doesn't have the contact tool that I need. He hits home runs, but he just doesn't hit the ball very often. Center field, who do we have? Luis Gibson having a down year, hitting 232. Right field is Luis Mata hitting 283, which is what we'd like to see. And then James Show, like we said. So I think as long as our pitching can figure it out in the second half and these few hitters can figure it out, get a little bit better, I think this team can make the playoffs. I'd be very surprised if we missed out again, but that being said, we got to just hope that they can figure it out and get it done in the second half. Alright, so just to show, these two guys were all-stars as well as Chet, who is a beast as well. Anyone else? Our second baseman was not an all-star. That sucks. CJ Abrams is an all-star. Good to see that. Yeah, but it looks like we only had pitching all-stars, even though we should have probably had more. Xavier Edwards, Jesus. Have a career, bud. Have a career. Alright, we had a very mid-draft. Wow, okay. This guy's going to be a bench bat at best. My scouts didn't come back with too much, so I took a lot of shots in the dark and apparently missed on a lot. So, yeah, that's okay. It's going to happen sometimes. We finished 85 and 77 and miss out on the postseason yet again. by a ton of games. Why is the AL so loaded? Jesus. The Brewers clinched the division with 83 wins. They wouldn't even have made it in the wild card, and they get the division. Wow, holy shit! This is insane. This is okay. So we have another year. All right, who wins the World Series? Yankees. All right, we're gonna trade Michael Connor, Luis Uribe, and Andres Huerta for Jason Telshaw, 98 potential or something. So yeah, want that. We're gonna send Keith Jones, Ryan Wilson, and Otis Brookshire to the Dodgers for Ryan Lundy. We have too many players on our roster, so I'm going to be clearing out some of these like lower overall, mid potential guys for some higher overall, higher potential guys. So yeah, we're going to trade Jose Ruiz and Rolando. I'm not going to say that. I'm not trying to get clipped for Dallas McCarty. I think it's a decent move, so we're going to make it. We're going to trade Josh Springer, Jake Latz, and Joaquin Rivera to the Mets for, where is he? Chad Murray. Alright, home run derby time. We do have Carlos here. He's up to a 97. His stats look insane. 314 on the year so far. We're 58 and 38. That is what I like to see. He is starting at second. Daryl's starting at third. James Cho, I'm guessing, is our DH still, right? Is he still our DH? Yes, he is. Alright, he's still our DH, but he's going off. Starting pitchers, show me at least one person. Marcelo Trujillo. Might be someone we potentially pick up. Not actually, though. Cosmo Sanchez, there we go. There's at least one guy. Michael Phelps, finally starting to figure it out a little bit. We had this guy at some point, I'm pretty sure. Anyone else doing anything of importance? Dusty Spicer, alright, what a name. Wow, they had 3 guys in a row. Okay. Alright, I mean, not good, but not bad. Closing pitcher, Brian Workman. Not even our closer, but he's 10 and 3. Steven Chasson. I could have swore we had him at some point. Yeah, but our actual closer, 24 and 2, 3.41 isn't bad. Is he like splitting save time with someone else? I don't know. Catcher, Tom Choi down near 237. He'll pick it up in the second half. I believe in him. James Cho is obviously not our first baseman. It is Will Matthews hitting 283, 15 tanks. Not bad. Carlos, 314. Enough said. Daryl, 313. Enough said. Shortstop, we've got Mr. Joseph Baker, 284. There we go. Much better year compared to last year. Stats still going up, which is good. Left field, we do have Virgil Crump hitting 281. He's gonna be a beast for us for years to come. So we like that. Luis Gibson, 270, up from his 232 last year. Already, getting better. And Randy DeYoung, we had him, didn't we? I could have swore we had him at one point, and then I traded him for someone else. That's okay. Luis Mata, 250, isn't doing great, but that's okay. James Cho, I mean, I don't know what makes him so good that he's all the way up here, but he only has a .9 WAR, but apparently he's better than everyone else, so I don't know. But that being said, team looks great. We're going to get to the draft picks. I'm hoping I don't need them, so yeah. Alright, so we do have a couple of decent picks here. Not great, but not bad. And then a lot of duds. A lot of duds. Alright. That's okay. Hopefully we don't even get to see these guys next year. Hopefully we win it this year. I mean, our team is electric. I'll see you guys at the end of the year. Alright, we finished 109 and 53 and just absolutely wrecked the league. So, after a couple of years of just missing out on the playoffs, we absolutely batter everyone. And we have the most wins by about 12. So, yeah. I would say that's a very good year. We had 911 runs scored. We're the best in everything except for defense. Like, our team is there. James Wood, my king, my glorious king. He's absolutely amazing. Hell of a career in this sim for him. Um, but yeah, our guys are doing what they need to do. So, like, oh my God. Jesus. Cy Young to Michael Phelps. Guardado won MVP. Over James Wood is crazy, but okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, Michael Phelps' 222 strikeouts is insane. Jeremiah Estrada still getting it done in the big 3-1 or whatever year we're in. Theo Gillen, Rookie of the Year, at the ripe age of 25. Finally getting that call. Good for him. But this team is electric. I'm going to go fix the roster, fix the rotation, fix everything, and we're going to jump into the playoffs. Alright. Game 1 against the Mariners. Skeens versus Spicer is a win. Phelps versus Wu is a loss. Sanchez versus Mitch Keller is a win. Skeens versus Luis Cedeno is a win. We are going on Kansas City. I'm going to fix the rotation because why is my closing pitcher starting game 1? So I'm going to go fix that. Alright, game 1 against the Royals. Spicer versus Gore is a dub. Phelps versus Strider is a dub. Sanchez versus Green is a dub. Cedeno versus Flaherty. We swept a rotation that looked like that. That is insane. But I'm going to go fix the rotation because I want my guy on the bump game 1 of the World Series against the Mets. So I'm going to go fix that. Ricky Lott, we had him. He was on our team for a while and I traded him. I think I traded him for a generational talent, so I'm not mad. But wow, he's starting game 1 against us. I'm going to go fix the rotation and then we're going to get into it. Alright, so we're going up against a Mets team that has Juan Soto still. How's he been in his career? Absolutely electric. First ballot Hall of Famer in this. Yeah. O'Neal Cruz, Michael Busch, Ricky Lott. I mean, how has he been? He's been good. Honestly, I'm happier with whoever we got for him. This is a great team, but for comparison, this is what our team looks like. So we should just absolutely walk this team, but that being said, we're going to have some issues because we always do. But yeah, that being said, alright, so we're okay. We're good to go. So Mets in the World Series, Ricky Lott versus Dusty Spicer, game 1. We lose. Dylan Cease versus Michael Phelps is a loss. Sanchez versus Coleman is a win. Zdeno versus Schwellenbach is a win. Lott versus Rosa is a win. We have a chance to win the world. Oh, I didn't mean to simulate. We do lose. It's all going to come down to a game 7. It is all going to come down to a game 7. Alright, you know the drill. We're going to quick manage. We are going to quick manage. We're rocking the City Connects, so that's something. We're at home. Michael Phelps on the bump. The team looks nuts. This should be an easy win, please, guys. They start off with 1. We don't answer. Come on. We've come too far to blow this now.
Ball 4, take your base.
Alright, we get our 1 back. They start off with a double.
3, take your base, ball 4.
Works his way out of it. Beautiful. Oh, we put up 2. Okay, there we go. So we are going to start bringing in some bullpen guys. Varela, get it done. There we go.
3.
Another great inning from him. Alright. We are going to bring in Stan Ruiz, and we're hopping in this game. We're going to get 3 outs with Stan Ruiz, and we are going to be World Series champions. Oh my God. He's got 5 saves in the playoffs. Mark Vientos up. This is it. This is it. It's been a long recording, but for once we have a team that can get it done without me. I'm just hopping in for the fun of it. I know he's about to have some weird ass release. Oh no, it's actually pretty normal. Alright. Mark Vientos, though, honestly incredibly mid. I've used him in rebuilds before and he was not good. So, hopefully this should be an easy K. Get it done right here, Stan. Stan the man Ruiz. There's 1. There's 1. Who do we got up next? Corey Seager, also one of our former players. I don't remember who I traded him for. I think he signed there in free agency, if I had to guess, because I don't remember trading him there. But doesn't matter anyway. He's going to go down to in his former stadium that he won a World Series in. Strike him out right here. Come on. Stan the man. Stan the man Ruiz. We're 1 out away, baby. Come on. Who do we got up next? Bring him up. Bring him up. We're going to sit him right down. Michael Bush. All right. All right, Michael Bush. Bang. Easy. Easy money. Come on. 2 more pitches and we're out of this. Come on.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Right here. No, the immaculate inning. Oh, that would have been a perfect way to end it. Immaculate inning would have set, like, it would have just been perfect. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks. All right. Finish him off here, Mr. Stan. Wow. That was a terrible pitch, but we are World Series champions. That's what I'm talking about. We get the dub. We get it done. That's all that matters. Tom Choi, 3 for 4. Let's go take a look at who won our awards. Johnny Coleman gets an L. Hold that one. That might have been backwards. Oh, no, it wasn't perfect. All right. Let's see. We won the World Series in an absolutely beautiful way. Yeah. The awards. Tom Choi, World Series MVP. Virgil Crump, playoff MVP. Hell of a run from these guys. Let's take one last look at the team. Like I said, all of these players were auto-generated and traded or drafted by us. I think Cosmo was drafted by us. I don't remember who I drafted. But this entire team is made up of fake players. So yeah. At least I hope it is, because if one of these players is actually real, I'd be very upset. But that being said, we get it done. We built a phenomenal team. I mean, like, this is just what it's all about. You build a great team, you go and win the World Series. That being said, thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.